What is that? What is the happening of that? That's crazy. That was nothing but God up in this piece. Mm-hmm. So I know it dropped March 9th, 1990. So me being a professional battle rapper, you know, y'all had one of my favorite parts in the film. So did y'all write your own raps? Did y'all come together and write it, or how did that come about?
So Kid and I's relationship, Kid, I, and Herbie's relationship. Herbie, beats and music and tracks. Kid, the lyrics. Me, the look. Our outfits, the album covers, the themes for the music videos. Those were our lanes. But we all had a say-so in helping the mold whatever those things were. So it was much easier for us to concentrate on our lanes. And if we wanted to add something that somebody brought, like I might make something, kids said, well, can you make mine in a different color? Stuff like that. If he wrote something, I said, I'd feel better if I said it this way. With Herbie, all of us, you know, we had that. Even with the girls with Salt and Pepper, we were like a unit and stuff. So as far as that rap goes, I know that when Reggie had presented that scene to us, to Kid in particular, Kid had to go to work and come up with the that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you know, they did rap battles. They was judging y'all battles online and everything. Everybody was actually putting it together. So you think Kid tried to write to win?
Well, no, he was supposed to.
Okay.
That was it. See, a lot of people forget it's a movie. His character is supposed to win because it validates his character to not be this nerdy guy, and he wins in the battle. So yeah, he had to win. Yeah.
People had you winning online, don't you? I just want
no, and I get it. But you know, one of the things I don't think a lot of people recognize, like, and we do it in our live shows, is that, you know, I knew, like, the way it was written, Kid had to win the battle. So when you see my facial expressions and stuff, looking humiliated and embarrassed, they didn't write that in the script. I did that on purpose so that I could really sell the scene that he won. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but no, I appreciate people feeling that. But all the way around, you know, Kid gets the credit. He wrote, you know, the majority of the rhymes and stuff. But yeah, but I appreciate people feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so when the landscape of music started changing, did y'all ever have a talk about conforming to that, or no? Then so what made you, like, I remember I saw somewhere you said life was getting overwhelming and everything. So what caused that?
Well, let me back up a little bit on something you did say to correct myself. We did somewhat, but we didn't do it going to the extreme where it was like not us. One of our albums that I love is called Face the Nation. And we were addressing economic and social concerns at that time. Maybe considered, well, we had hits off that album, but it wasn't our most acclaimed album because we did, well, matter of fact, we had a record on there called Slippin', and it's the story of a crack dealer, you know, and people were used to hearing that from Kid and I. We even actually did a video on it, and my concept was that we were crackheads, but we're coming out of our coffins in a graveyard. And I remember when we were opening our live shows with that, and it would be such a silence in the audience, it wasn't getting that response. And it wasn't so much because it was whack. They just wasn't interested in seeing Kid and play like that or kind of dealing with that. They wanted to keep us in that party thing, which I could appreciate and understand. But for me, you know, we weren't going to be comfortable as far as whatever new wave of type of music and artistry was coming, let that, you know, run its course, and maybe we'll fall back or whatever the case may be. But no, we weren't interested in conforming that extremely.
Okay. So back to what I said previously about the life overwhelming, like what caused that and what caused you to get into later on, I guess, gospel rap?
Well, there was a lot going on. I had businesses, I had barbershops, I had a clothing boutique. I'm a kid and play. I'm play the actor. I'm play the recording artist. I'm play the one who's touring. Play that just got married, have another son on the way. Just a lot of stuff going on. And in the immortal words of Human League, I'm only human. And it just got to the point where all of my thirst was quenched. All of my itches were scratched. You know, I know and knew everyone that you would want to imagine to know. I mean, being at Jordan's house on the regular sometimes and knowing him and Tyson and Denzel and everywhere you could, I mean, we knew it all, dating, you know, all of that kind of stuff like that. It's like, it got to the point where it wasn't special anymore. And just to keep it up was becoming very overwhelming. So it just got to the point where it was just time for me to like fall back. And now that I've been exposed to everything I've been exposed to, maybe it's time to just pick one. And at the time, I really wanted to be into my marriage, you know, being a newlywed at the time. And then finding out, as I'm finding out the entertainment business isn't all it's sought out to be, thinking it was going to be everything to me. It was going to be fulfilling. It was going to be it. I'm good, done it, only to find out not true. Because once you become number one, you got to, it's not hard. Well, it's work taking being number one, but it's harder staying number one. It's easy getting that car you want or that home you want, but have you thought about what it's going to take to sustain it and maintain those things? That's got to keep going. So I was thinking, you know, it just got, you know, crazy for me. And then at a time where things started not going well, I wanted to end my life. But I had a praying grandmother. My father had turned his life around, and I became maybe desperately interested in this person they called Jesus Christ. And as I explored, learned more, he was and is the answer. I thought, have your cake and eat it too. I was not a gospel rapper. I think I did one or two things, but you're still trying to find yourself, whatever. But I wanted to take my platform or my energy or connections and help put what they called gospel rap, Christian rap, holy rap, help put it on the map. You can enjoy your hip hop, but responsibly. So that was my way of thinking at the time.
Okay. So tell me more about the And I Danced documentary that you did you produce it?
I did everything.
Okay. So what I used to love about, like you said, even I saw the trailer of the documentary. I haven't got to watch it yet, but I love how back then, like dancing, you didn't have to take off all your clothes. It was about fashion. It was about telling a story. So why was creating this documentary important to you, and what made you want to do it?
I'm in a stage of my life right now, among other things, where I like being a philanthropist. Being a philanthropist doesn't always mean you have the money to help people make their visions and ideas and aspirations come true. There's other ways you can do that. In my case, it could be money, but it could also be other things to help. But to be in a situation where, you know, we're into this thing now, which is a good thing, where people say, give them their flowers while they're alive. So I knew that there was a community out there that never really got the acknowledgement or the exposure that they should have. And to have, the stories, the testimonies that they have, I knew and proven true were fascinating, and that at least let this piece documentary exist. It's been very well received, doing very well, but for it to be on a time capsule, when I first had the idea to do it, I was introduced to another movie, independent movie documentary at the time called 20 Feet from Stardom. And that gave me confirmation that I was on the right path to eventually put this kind of documentary together. But what 20 Feet from Stardom is about, and I highly recommend any and everyone to check it out. As a matter of fact, I think it won an Oscar or something like that. But it's the story. The reason why it's called 20 Feet from Stardom is because, like with Luther Vandross, Anita Baker, whatever singers, Mariah Carey you want to pick, the standard, the rule of thumb is the background singers are 20 feet away from them. That's always the way the live concerts are. So that's why it was called 20 Feet from Stardom. And it's the story of all those background singers, their stories of who they sung for, who they sung with, parts and songs that you thought were the stars that sung it. They really sung that part. The backstories is phenomenal. So that gave me even more inspiration to eventually, which took like 7 years to do, to make And I Danced.
I want to watch that. Where can I stream it at, or where can people stream it?
Oh, I'll send you the link, and see, it's another thing. This is where the philanthropy comes in. I did not make the movie to make money off of it. So another childhood friend of mine by the name of Ron Lawrence, who is one of Diddy's original hitmen, he's the one that produced Biggie's Hypnotized. He's the one that produced Jay-Z's Where I'm From. He's the one that did a lot of hit records for Mary J. Blige. You name it, he has literally a wall of plaques. I'm not talking about no 3 or 4 plaques. I mean, he covers a full wall from the ceiling to the floor. So he decided to create this platform for aspiring filmmakers and independent filmmakers called Streamwaves, STREAMWAZE.com, streamways.com. And I didn't want to sell this piece. I didn't want money to be in between the viewers and the documentary. So some people called me crazy, like, why didn't you put it on Netflix? Why didn't you put it on Hulu? And I'm like, no, I'm not interested in going through the complication of music usage and this, that, and this. This is free. Oh, it's my gift to audiences for inspiration, and it's my gift to all the dancers for me on behalf of artists, saying thank you to them. So that's where
I definitely want to see that. Please send me that link.